Hey there, wild ones. Welcome or welcome back. Kat here with a new timeless reading that is for the collective. Meaning the readings on this channel are always for all the people, all the signs, all the people, all the time, backwards. It's been a minute since I've done that intro. Hope you are having a fabulous morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you are in the world. And I hope that life is treating you fabulously. All right, we're going to shuffle these a couple more times. And we're going to jump on in, see what message needs to come through for you. Phew, the energy feels electric. That was coming through in the last couple readings on the main channel, Stars Aligned Oracle. You can check those out if you want to. Just did a timeless reading, and I love reading. Most of the readings over there are for Aquarius, but the messages are what they are. If you're an Aquarius or a cross watcher, go ahead and check it out. But also, if any of the titles call to you, the message is the message regardless. Okay? All right, let's go ahead and jump in and see what the collective needs to hear, needs to know, what needs to come through. Whew. You got revenge. Ooh, spicy. Okay, let's see. Cards are just jumping out everywhere. So here we go. Wow. Got death coming through. Let's see. Bottom of the deck. King of Cups. Interesting. All right. Well, there's a spicy energy coming through. Somebody has a bit of potential revenge, but let's jump in. Okay, it says patterns, enjoying the show, getting even, childish behavior. Okay, this is very interesting that this is coming through in the way that it is. Revenge is a pretty it's a pretty spicy kind of energy, right? It's kind of all out there, but the words, the patterns, enjoying the show, getting even, childish behavior, it feels very much like somebody has a bone to pick with you, a spicy bone, if you will here. Wild ones, there's somebody that thinks that you've done them wrong. There's somebody that thinks that you have done them wrong. They are out to, Spirit wants to look at the bottom of the deck. Oh, commitment. There you go. Okay. Marriage, soulmate energy, sharing goals, long-term happiness. Somebody thinks you did them wrong. Okay. In potentially in relationship, in some kind of commitment. Maybe they felt like they were way more committed than you were. Or they were showing up, they were there, they were for kind of a longer haul. Maybe you just didn't see it that way. Maybe you just wanted to see how things would play out, what would happen, right? Enjoying the show, seeing what would happen, kind of, right? And they saw something different. They had a different idea. This could even be as far as a business venture goes. Maybe somebody had an idea and you're like, oh yeah, that's a great idea or what have you. And they were like, oh yes, they're on board. We're going to go. We're going to, they're going to partner with me or be a side, whatever it may be. It just feels like somebody got an idea of or for something that they, maybe you said something about, or maybe, I don't know, maybe even you went on a date with somebody once or talked to them or maybe even flirted a little bit and they got this idea in their mind. Maybe they're a little bit emotionally stunted and they got this idea in their mind that you guys were going to be something. That's so interesting. Now, also, I do want to note that it came out reversed, obviously, or not obviously, but I don't do reversals as far as that goes, but it could be with that reversal, it feels very much like this energy is moving out of the way, but that spicy energy, that somebody showing up being like, oh, well, you did this or you did that or this was whatever, and you're like, whoa, that wasn't it at all. Okay, that wasn't it at all. You're getting messages. You have the Page of Wands here. Pages are messengers. So it feels like they've been sending messages. It feels like they have been very passionately working, very ambitiously, right, to kind of reel you back in, pull you back in. Okay, they're feeling as if their enthusiasm for you or the partnership or the situation, whatever it may be here, wild ones. They feel like their enthusiasm has not been rewarded or kind of recognized by you, which is super interesting, but they don't, it seems like they're very inspired. They don't really care. They're very passionate about trying to get the message across to you. And they have also the Three of Wands here. There's just this passionate energy. This Three of Wands, they have been very strategic. They have been very productive in trying to get you to come to their side, to understand, to really get even. It also feels like with the Three of Wands, that passion, that energy, like they have been very active at kind of bringing third parties into this situation, whatever it may be, like anybody's ear that they can bend with their kind of sassiness, their revenge, their getting even kind of energy, their childish behavior, the messages that they're putting out there, the ideas, right? It feels like they have been working very hard, been very active, taking a lot of action at bringing other people into it with the hopes that they will see things from their point of view. Are they? Well, you're the only one that can answer that at this point, right? But it feels like, again, it's coming to an end because you have death coming through here as well. Okay, so that death card showing up, this is not going to last. There is an ending in sight. Okay, there is an ending in sight, the transformation. But what is being asked of you here, wild ones, is to it feels very much like with the patterns there that maybe you have been kind of feeding into the pattern or their kind of sassiness or their childish behavior. Some of you have been kind of feeding into it and been kind of going back and forth with them a little bit, or actually even attempting or trying to get your own messages out there and telling all the other people, right, the third parties or whatever with that Three of Wands, that it's not true or that's not what happened or that's not what worked. And you know what your truth is, but it feels like letting go of it is going to assist in not adding more fuel to their fire, okay? Because their Wands energy is coming through here pretty strong. All right, that fiery energy is coming through here pretty strong. So if you let it go, I know it sounds very counterintuitive. Okay, it sounds very counterintuitive, but if you can let it go and not continue, there's a potential that it's going to die away. It will have a sudden and it feels very quick death, as long as, right, the attention that's being given is what is keeping the behavior going, and there's a pattern, it feels like, or it's coming through, of potentially going back and forth with it. Okay, now at the bottom of the deck, what you don't see coming is, right, wow, wow, all right, you have the King of Cups, the Magician, and the Chariot. Okay, so things are moving direction very quickly. You will be pulling your power back, and there is that energy with the King of Cups of having that. It's almost like your emotional stability, your calmness, your emotional balance, right? Actually, once you stop feeding into it, once you stop going back and forth, it actually assists you in pulling the power back and moving back into that direction with the Chariot of that positive kind of turn coming through much quicker. Okay, but once you hold that calmness, once you kind of hold your tongue even here, wild ones, it allows for the situation to fall away even faster. That direction changes. That fire that keeps, right, the fuel that keeps getting put on the fire, it begins to dissipate. That it changes direction. It's like a fire changing direction, right? And you pull that power back, but you have to remember here that whatever you allow for them to do, right, when you come back at it, or when you try to prove your point, or be just as sassy back, it just adds to it. Okay, and it makes these third parties, right, the messages that you keep putting out, the patterns, right, it also extending childish behavior on your side instead of your balanced behavior with that King of Cups energy, also makes the message a little bit muddled. People are like, oh, well, you know, the wild one is doing this or what have you. It needs to be allowed to die away. Okay. And that's what's going to happen as long as you kind of reel it back in and don't allow them to get to you. They're working at getting your emotional core. They're working at getting you off balance. They're working at, you know, trying to get other people as well. And if you just pull back, if you are like, you know what, it's going to die away. Okay, that's the message coming through. Now we've got these two. It says, inspire others by doing what inspires you. Oh, that's a big one, right? That's a big one. Inspire others by what inspires you. Is this inspiring you? If it isn't, it's not inspiring others either. And they're that third party. They're seeing, right? They're seeing what's going back and forth, kind of the spaghetti being thrown back and forth, if you will, here, wild ones. They're seeing it. Once you pull away and you don't have to have that feeling of needing to defend yourself or to prove, people will begin to see the real truth come through. It'll shine through. Okay. Now you also have you're braver than you think. You can do this. All right. You can do this. Let the sassy energy, this childish energy, this revenge, and let it die away. Them thinking whatever they thought is whatever they thought. Right? If you have not created that space, right? If you were like, oh, well, that's great, and they're like all of a sudden thinking that you guys are partners or thinking that you're on board for whatever or in relationship or whatever, you don't have to fuel the fire. Okay, let them think what they think or say what they're going to say, and know it's going to die away soon, but you've got to let go to allow it. Okay. Ooh, I hope that makes sense. I hope that resonated. I'm going to leave it there. I'll see you in the next reading. Bye for now.